how I create videos and then save them in a different platform. So I usually save them and then just post them on my Google Classroom, or I can post them into a slides presentation if you want them to go through different activities. So the way that I do that is first make sure that you are in as a student. It will not let you save videos as a teacher, so I just make myself a student on my actual roster. Then you're just going to click add and post student work as if you are going in. Then I am going to do this first one just as a drawing. So I'm going to take my word problem, and the idea is that I'm going to show them how to do this word problem. So I can go through, there are pens at the bottom, so if you want to practice underlining important information, if you want to circle things, you can do that. There is kind of this sparkly highlighter that I like to use because it looks more like a highlighter, makes the information stand out a little better. So there's all of that. This will just take you back so that you can move the box around. If you'd like to type any text, you can do it that way, and then you can move the box around. So if you want them to answer a question next to each of these, if you're assigning it as an activity, you could, but if you're just doing it as your own video, you can type stuff and then you can write the answers right next to it. This microphone will let you record over the top of it. So if you click it, it's going to count you down. And then anything that I'm saying during this time, as long as this red bar is across the top, that means it's recording what I'm saying. It's going to keep track of it up at the top, and you only have 5 minutes to talk. So we can always add audio over the top of anything that you are doing. You can also add a picture onto your screen, or you can upload any documents or any pictures that you might have saved that you want in there. This down here is one of the coolest options that I use all the time for math. The background is just a fun one if you want to change the color of your background, and there's lots of different fun options the kids like. This one is great because it does lines, so if you want them to write a sentence and you want them to do the writing tool rather than typing, there's actual lines that they can write on. There's this one that has the primary lines on it. There is also some music lines, Mr. Clone, if you would like to use those. This one is great though for a ton of different math things. You can do area and perimeter, you can do multiplication arrays on here. So the grid is great for a lot of different math things that you can do. There is also the shapes button. So I use this a lot. You can do it for geometry. It has a ton of different shapes. I also do it with fractions to show the equivalent fractions between each of the different shapes. And then there's also base 10. So all you have to do is click on it and it inserts any pictures that you want. You just have to make them bigger or smaller yourself, but you can move them all around. So if you wanted to pose a question that was how many tens would be equal to this 100, you could use this as a visual. And then the last buttons that are available are equations. So we have plus, minus, times, dividing, equal, and then there are more music buttons that you can add. But you can create anything that you want on the screen. I always just do the microphone to record myself talking while I'm solving a problem. When you are done, click the green check, and then I just post it as myself. And usually you have to refresh the page. Sometimes it will show up, but it won't let you save for some reason. So usually if you just refresh the page, it'll show up. So here's my journal. This is all the different videos that I have made on here. Once you have one that you want to save, just click down at the three little dots and click Save. And since I didn't actually record anything, this is going to save it as a JPEG. But this one actually had an audio recording, so I can save that, and it's going to save it as an MP4. So now when I open it, this is one I had previously made. Now I can just save this to my desktop, and you can either drag it into your drive if the kids want to see it there. One of the easiest way that I found to post videos, because sometimes if you post just an MP4 to your Google Classroom or you try to insert it into a slide, it takes longer for the videos to actually show up. So what I do is I just have a simple YouTube channel, and I just upload the videos onto here. That makes it way easier because then I have the links and I can just link things to YouTube, and I know that they're safe links because they're ones that I've already made. So I hope that helps on how to create your own Seesaw videos in order to show instructional videos to your kids.